difference between cognac and Armagnac. Okay, so cognac is the wife that you take to the opera. She's, refined, urbane, sophisticated, elegant, on all those things. And so at the end of a wonderful evening, you take her home, you take your dinner jacket or tuxedo off, and then you go out with Armagnac, and she's like a wild gypsy lover, and she's rustic, unrefined, but she gets out there and parties, but he is so much more. This is going to sound so Pollyannish and hokey, but what the hell? I'm just going to go for it. I love how whiskey can bring people together.
Oh, no way.
It's no like, way. And I was kind of trying to be like the Dolly Parton of the bourbon world.
Yes.
I don't get caught in people's persuasions. It's like we all can come together over something that we love.
I need more. We're back. This will do.
Veo en tus ojos mi vida pasar y se extraña si lo cierro.
Do you have any Reveries?
You're the bourbon concierge. We have everything.
Yes. Go on. Getting closer. Hey, Hack, look. I got our picks. Awesome. I was just thinking we should have Jay on sometime. You think he'd come on?
I hate to tell you this, buddy. I know you're not always tuned in, but Jay's actually coming on tonight.
No way. That is awesome. Let's go. Yes, tonight, baby. Excited.
Oh man, what's up, man?
First of all, I am so glad that bicycle basket made it back to your place. I was so nervous watching that. Like, that's not a safe way to travel, is it? Like with whiskey.
It was a little crazy too. All the tourists today, and everyone was out. People were marching. There was a march. I was like, are they looking for Reveries? Or I need to get the Reveries, man. So I got it.
You are a warrior, my friend. Like, the things you go to for this channel, I just want you to know, like, I see you.
Yeah, thank you. I do a lot. I do a lot for this channel, so just everyone should know. But anyway, thank you, Hack.
No, it's good, man. How's everybody doing tonight, y'all? Welcome in. It's gonna be a night, as you saw in our intro. We got the man, Jay West, aka Take, who is going to be joining us. Who also, hey, shout out.
It's a nice hat you got there.
Yeah, it's black, but it's not exactly, your color, but
it's, I don't think anyone else has one of those right now, Hack. So,
brother, I'm just glad to catch your breadcrumbs, man. Just know, like, I'm just catching your breadcrumbs. I'm just over here, just whatever you drop, I got it, man.
Oh man. Well, man, I'm excited about tonight. It's been an awesome weekend too. We did a blind right before this. Anyway, it's been a day.
It's been a day, but it's going to be a night, and I'm excited, man. I'm so glad y'all are here. Hey, if you have not been here before, I saw that we had a bunch of new members, and man, thank you guys, first of all, for being new members. We're going to check in with the chat tonight and try to do a better job of involving you guys. I want to start off by saying, last week was epic having Nancy Fraley on. It was a lifelong dream of ours, and just want to say thank you to her for hanging out with us for 3 freaking hours,
right,
Mac?
Yeah.
And I know at times we may not have checked in with the chat as much, and I'm sorry, we were just locked into that conversation, but We'll do better, guys. We'll do better. We'll keep up with the chat. We'll check in with you guys. We'll let you guys ask questions. But so grateful for you guys joining us on this journey. And if you've just signed up and a new member tonight, just some things you need to know that are going on. We've been on this journey. It's crazy to think, Mac. Like, we've got another month, so 11 months we've been on this journey.
Wow.
And we went from just a couple of dudes hanging out in a spillway parking lot.
Yep.
To this coming next Friday, we'll be dropping our first ever barrel pick. Can you believe this?
That's crazy. I can't believe it. Never thought we could do that. And thanks to Jay for making that real.
Dude, Jay's awesome, and can't wait to get him up here with us a little later. But also, so guys, we're going to get into the Reveries tonight. Obviously, that's what the show is about. We're going to talk about the drop. If you're a member, check out the members video that I dropped today. It goes into great detail of exactly how our drop's going to work. Also, if you're a new member, you'll see on our YouTube post, there is a link to join our Discord. I highly recommend you join our Discord, just because there's a lot of info that's shared there. We do random hangouts, Mac.
Mm-hmm.
There's bottle reviews. Also, we do something called the Whiskey Vault. There's just a lot of cool stuff we're doing in Discord. We'd love to have you join the party over there. If you don't want to do Discord, that's okay though, because we'll keep posting stuff on YouTube, keep you updated. So check out that video, because it's going to tell you all about the drop. Mac, you and I have been members of a few whiskey clubs, right?
Yep.
Just a few. Some more than others, just going to say. But
yeah, maybe a few.
But I just really wanted to communicate well about what we're doing, what's happening, because I want everybody to be in the know. So check those out, guys. And so let's check in with the chat though, Matt. Right. You want to kick us off?
Let's do it. Tim is first. Cheers, Tim. Right? Is he first? Is there controversy on first or second? What's happening up here?
I don't know. So I was in here earlier today, and I noticed there was people that had commented like 2 days ago, and I don't know if it resets. I don't know what, but there's, look, you're all first in our heart. Let's just say that.
Randall, cheers. There may have been Randall's at Tim, but yeah, cheers, Randall. We got a new member here. Imbert 81. Thank you.
Welcome in, brother. Thank you for being a member. It does mean a lot to us. We do appreciate that.
Dennis, cheers. Good to see you. McLovin.
Is that the McLovin? Is that the McLovin?
Who knows? Might be. That'd be awesome. Welcome, McLovin. Hey, Michael. Cheers. What are y'all sipping on too tonight? Are you guys getting into some reveries? Are you sipping on anything else? Let me know. Handy.
I'm having this Take Woodford Double Oak, straight from the man himself. I'll kick off the show with this tonight.
Nice. Got Foot Doc. What's going on, buddy? Cheers. Let's see here. Keep scrolling through. Bradley. Cheers. Your samples are coming out soon, and I think others got theirs from a couple weeks ago. This week. I hope you did. Let me know if you didn't.
I'm completely caught up. I've shipped everything that I'm supposed to ship.
Nice. Bradley's drinking some Pursuit Miz.
Nice.
That's a solid bottle right there. So, cheers, Bradley. Cheers, Brad Cook. Welcome in. Oh, thanks so much for the super chat.
Handy Randy coming in hot. Yeah. So super chats tonight, guys. I should put this up and let it scroll for a minute so everybody knows. As if you're here, every week, you kind of know that we do giveaways, and it really kind of drawings from the super chat. So every $5 super chat, or if you want to Venmo, either way. Tonight we've got some kind of cool stuff. We are going to be giving away a bottle of Prov 7, which Mac and I both have this bottle, and it was at Shared Pour. It is Provenance 7. It's barrel number 10. So this is 107 proof, and Mac, we love this one. Like we did some work on this one, sir.
Yes, we do. Yeah, and it's so drinkable. It's so good.
I sold into that one tonight.
I was at Bourbon Concierge last night, and a guy came in, and I was like, Prop 7, and he bought it. So I texted Jay. I was like, hey man, I got you. I sold a bottle for you.
You're out here selling for Jay.
Hey, Ken helped too, but who actually?
Not like he needs help. Jay doesn't exactly need help selling bottles.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you need help, man. We've got a lot of So cheers, y'all. What's everyone sipping on? What's up, Andrew? Cheers to you. Dave V. I think I hope you got my samples. I sent those out.
Yeah.
I think they're delivered. Let me know.
Yeah. Shout out to Dave V too, because I was traveling through Illinois and he put me on some bennies, gave me some stores to hit during my
Dude.
little hunt video this week. Did a little
Benny's
mini video.
Benny's
So,
looked awesome, man. I've not been to a Benny's, but that looked
oh,
awesome.
it was killer. 7.5-year-old still Austin pick.
That's awesome. Brian, cheers. Candace, good to see you. Cheers. Robert, Alan, what's going on, y'all? Sweet Cindy, good to see you. Brian Wilcox, Andy,
Welcome, man.
cheers. Welcome. Mike T, Steve Paul, Jay, what's going on, Jay? Good to see you. This is this guy right here knows his reveries too.
That man, he does. He knows the reveries. I think he was in a group that did like
yeah,
18 barrels or something.
I know. I was like, I hope you like our barrel. Anyway, like it's
Yeah.
Let's see here. Keep scrolling through the chat here. While I am scrolling through here, Hack, I didn't tell you what I'm sipping on.
Oh, yeah. You keep rubbing this in, man.
I got it. It's the 26. It's the new release of the Michter's 10, and
All right.
oh my god,
Wow.
I'm sorry, but I'm not. I did. It's one of the few bottles that I overpaid on. I'll be honest. I don't typically do that. I don't, Hack. I do sometimes, but and it's worth it.
Well, Mac, like I would just say this, like you do such a service for me by trying these hard to find bottles and let me know how good they are. I thought so. You know what?
Oh God. What's he doing?
Look, I know. So I know like this week, Jack Daniels hit the market, right? And I've got batch one and I know you've got batch one, but went over and saw our friends, Caleb and Matthew this week. And they were kind enough to let me get a sample of JD 14 batch 2. So here's what I'm going to do. Since you were so kind to give me a preview of Michter's 10 bourbon, I'm going to give you a preview of JD 14 batch 2 right now. And I'm even going to compare it to batch 1 for you.
Wait,
I mean, that's the kind of like friend I am.
Maybe we should do this. Gosh, first of all, I'm very happy for you. Number one, very happy.
I can see how happy you are. I can see exactly how happy you are right now. And I just want to say thank you again to my friend Caleb for this JD 14. I just going to do a quick side by side, Mac, just so that like I'll make it fast, right? But like
yes, our special guest,
but also even young Matthew, got to partake in Jack Daniels because like we all obviously we're trying Jack Daniels, right? Oh, Mac,
I'm happy for you. I heard that batch 2 is not as killer as one, but I'm interested to hear it.
So I will tell you this, actually, all kidding aside, right? We love messing with each other, but I really liked batch 2, and I tried it yesterday over at Caleb's. It's a sweeter, more balanced pour than batch 1. So if you're looking for something that's going to just absolutely kick you in the gut, it doesn't kick you in the gut like batch 1, but
that's awesome.
It's got this maple syrupy, man.
It's sweeter.
Yeah, it's sweeter and it blends into the oak better. Like it doesn't, the notes on batch 1 are all over the place. But anyway, I just wanted to start the show with giving back. Like you gave me your Michter's 10 view. I'm here for you.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I'm jealous. But I'm glad you tried it. I hope I get to try it soon. And Michter's 10 bourbon this year is incredible. So if you can, obviously every M10 you if you find you buy, but this one is special.
Also, guys, just all these super chats, want to say thank you to everybody super chatting tonight. Also, Mac, tonight, one of our loyal followers, I met him yesterday, Dennis, he wanted to give his cock to us. Chicken cock weeded is part of the giveaways tonight. And I thought, that's just not enough. Like giving our cock to others is not enough. I'm going to, all my Reverie samples I can put together, I'm going to combine it with the cock, the chicken cock. That is.
Well, that's very nice of Thank you, Dennis. But you don't have to say it like that. We have a very classy guest here just waiting and is listening to this. I hope he doesn't log off before. So anyway, thank you, Dennis.
Are we all checked in with the chat?
I think, well, I tried to go through. Let's see. I'm gonna scroll back down here. Isaac, cheers, buddy. Thanks for jumping on. Connoisseur Cigar, good to see you. New member, concert fan. Thank you for being a new member. We got some cool stuff coming. And yeah, like I think we'll get more into the chats and super chats after our talk here with Jay. But thanks everyone for
Yeah, I'm gonna, after having Nancy last week and having Jay on this week, 2 master blenders, I'm gonna blend JD batch 1 and 2. I mean, we could be onto something here, Mac.
Didn't Jason already do this for Mash and Drum?
I don't know. Look.
Okay. I am interested though. So give us a.
You're not a little upset right now, are you? You okay?
No, I'm trying to. I'm not. I'm happy for you. I will say this Michter's 10 bourbon is just like I almost am not even thinking of Jack 14 batch 2 because I have.
All
this.
right. So does anybody else have friends that you do this with where you're like, hey, we've got to, we got to one up each other, but we do love each other too, right?
You do, yeah. Yeah. So what do you got on that hack? And then
I just thank you again, Dennis, for the weeded chicken cock. We really appreciate the gift to the channel.
I've never had it. That's awesome. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Okay, Mac. This is what you do. You blend them. Oh, it kicks up the oak on it. Yeah.
Nice. I'm sure it's that easy. We can ask Jay about that.
Yeah. I can create my own blend now.
Okay. Awesome. Well, Hack, I do not want to take too much more time. We have the man waiting.
Cindy wanted to know if I'm uncomfortable over here. Cindy, I'm very uncomfortable, and I'm going to make Mac very uncomfortable tonight. I've got to be on my best behavior, though, Cindy. I'm going to try, but we do not want to keep our guests waiting any longer. And here's the thing. Like, I bet right now he's backstage wondering what in the hell he's getting into.
I know for sure he is. So let's welcome him up, Hack. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Well, I'm so excited to have Jay West. Let's bring him on stage. Welcome, Jay.
Jay, welcome to this show.
How are you?
So thank you for being here. I hope you're not regretting your decision at this point.
I'm excited to walk the walk and talk the talk. It's good to be here tonight.
That's my guy. That's my guy right there.
I love it.
That's the guy. Yes.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Oh man, we're so glad you're here, Jay. Thank you so much, man. Like, getting to meet you in person was awesome. And now that we get to hang out and drink some whiskey together, look, last week we drank for 3 hours through Nancy's journey. So I hope you're ready.
We're just going to do 4 tonight. Okay.
No, we're not going to do that, Jay. We're not going to do that. We're not going to drink through your whiskey journey.
Very intense. Yeah. I love it. No, I'm pumped.
Jay, I was going to say this. The last time I saw you, you had the locks going. I like the fresh cut, but the locks. I was wondering. I know we talked a little bit about it. You had it growing out. You just, but
it was actually it's a funny tangent, right? My barber is also really into good food, and so he was like, "Hey, have you been to Rose's Luxury?" And I was like, "No, but I'm going with a good friend." And he was like, "Well, I expect you to tell me all about it at your next haircut." And so I needed a haircut like 3 weeks before I actually got it, but I was like, I'm getting dinner with Mac in like 2.5 weeks. So I got like a haircut like 2 days later,
right.
But
yeah,
the locks did get long, but warmer weather's on its way and the warehouses get hot at the Reveries. So
Jay, are you telling me you got your hair did just for your date with Mac? Is this what I'm hearing? Like,
I actually very specifically did it the day after. So which is not to slight Mac and his charm, but very specifically did not.
Oh no, that's awesome. Well, I had a blast. We had some good food that night, some good drinks.
That was a good time. It was a great spot.
So for those of you who don't know, if you're not following as closely as us whiskey nerds are, Jay West of AKA Take, really going to get into a little bit of the history to start, but also Jay lives in DC, and so Mac, quite a few months ago now, had an opportunity to help pour at the big event, and we're going to talk about that tonight too, Jay. That'll be coming up later this year. We're both super excited. I have already marked off the calendar, gotten the go from the wife. So whether you want me to or not, I'll be there, Jay.
I'm thrilled to have you. It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be awesome. So
Remind us the date again, Jay.
August 1st, 2026, baby.
Yes.
Put it on the calendar. Put it on the
11th hour.
I can't say enough about that. Your first event, which the 10th anniversary celebration, right, Jay? And man, it was just awesome. I think a lot of us have been to a lot of whiskey festivals or events, and like you just nailed that with it just felt as like someone who is there as like a valued guest, which is sometimes hard to get when you go to those big things. So props to you on that, sir.
Oh, amazing. Glad you had a good time.
So Jay, one of the things I wanted to start with, if it's okay, is, I've listened to you do some podcasts, and I one of the things, that I think is really cool and genuine about you is that there was a period of time when, you did a lot of reviews, obviously on Reddit, and this was, the moniker Take, and I've heard that story. I think a lot of people have heard that story, but also, one of the things we talked about with Nancy last week is like, she used to make Jack and Cokes for her dad when she was like 8 years old. and so she used to get little nips of it. Right. And not saying you started at 8, but what is the thing, Jay, that got you started on this whiskey journey? Like before you became Take and before our bourbon, like what drew you into this?
Sure. Yeah. I very specifically had a different experience than Nancy. I grew up in a super religious household, so I did not drink until college, which was ultimately a very good thing. I sorry, something in my throat. I had a pancreatic injury playing high school sports, and so I actually couldn't drink for the majority of my first couple of years of college. But in the second half of college, I kind of told myself, I was medically cleared, but could only really have a drink or two a night for a long period of time, which meant I was the most popular guy in the room because I was the DD all of the time, which is a commodity. But it also meant that, if you're going to have one or two drinks of something in an entire evening, I kind of realized like, well, Keystone Ice isn't really for me. Maybe I'll try some other stuff, right? And I tried, gin and tequila and rum, and, I didn't try stellar expressions for those brands. I was a pretty poor college student. I was paid my way through school and stuff, but I did try Wild Turkey 101 and I enjoyed the flavor. I was like, oh, this is interesting. Like, people at a college party, if you're like, oh, I'm just going to have a little bit of whiskey out of like a glass and carry it around, is also like a pretty unusual anticipation. But I told myself when I graduated, I was going to try more whiskeys. And that definitely was kind of the catalyst for, I did go on to graduate, which was never a question, but, it is always, it's a nice end to your college career is to graduate, move on to the professional world. And that's when I started to, I'd pick up a bottle or two every couple of weeks around payday and say, okay, I'm going to write some notes about this. And Reddit was where I started to park those notes. And as they say, the rest is history.
Well, the world is thankful for that because the truth is well, first of all, I have Nancy and Mac has Jay. It's all right. It's all good. It's all good.
Well, something for everyone.
It's super crazy though for us, Jay, honestly, to be sitting with our whiskey heroes, and you are a guy that I have followed for many years from the review standpoint, and one of the things you've talked about before on different channels, and that is that you weren't really going to be the guy that was out there, like meaning that like on different podcasts and on different interviews, you really enjoyed kind of being behind the scenes,
right?
And obviously now, with what's going on, right? But I will tell you this, for our little tight knit group of whiskey nerds, we have been so looking forward to having you here tonight because one, I think it's one thing that like there's been comments made, about like, I guess really, the fact that you are very, I would say your vocabulary is like up here, which I find intriguing because when you talk to you, when when you talk to Jay in person, you get that person that's also doing the very elegant notes, the naming of your barrels. It's very thoughtful, it's very intentional, and it's not made up. This is who you are. This is, like, to me, like when I met you, I was like, I wanted to bottle up like the sayings that you had and remember them later, because it was like all of these things that I think, but I'm not eloquent enough to say, quite honestly. And so I guess the thing is, Jay, is like, as you've entered into making your own whiskey brand and kind of coming through the review process, like what's going on with, how are you feeling now that you're kind of got to be out there? Like, is this,
No, it's it's fascinating, right? I spent the first strong 5 years of my career completely anonymous, and that's what I liked about Reddit, right? Thankfully, as a 22-year-old in the professional world, I don't think you have a lot of context or like intuition, because you learn a lot of that, or you hope to. But I chose to be anonymous because my hypothesis about the whiskey community is that if you join it as a 22-year-old just out of college, a lot of people, you will have a bias will attach itself to you whether you like it or not, and that will influence how people think of you. And so I chose to be anonymous, and really I had intended to be anonymous forever until I sold the blog. I sold Take That Review to Dan Abrams Media in 2020 during the pandemic, and sort of, that was my first like exit sale. It was my first like, all right, we're going to create a new thing. But it turns out, as part of a new thing, when you launch a new brand and it's very specifically around a person, they would like you to be a little public about it. And so, at that point, I was 27. I looked more like an adult and less like a child. And it I'd tasted a couple thousand whiskeys. I felt pretty okay with it, and there's a protection that comes with that too, which is kind of nice. Like, I was part of a company, right? Like, it made sense and it worked. But ever since then, right, like I still think I'm deft at marketing, but I'm bad at marketing myself. And I typically let the whiskeys and the labels and the juice speak for itself before we really speak about me as the person. It took a couple revisions to get my name on the label of the Reveries before I was like, oh, we should probably like have a little thing on there so people know it's me. But it's on the back, and it's in medium-sized font. So it's been a journey, but I'm still not a billboard guy, and I maybe never will be.
I noticed you're rocking some a nice, is that a hoodie, a Reveries hoodie you got there? Yes, I like it.
I'm sensing a little jealousy on the merch right now, Mac. I think
there's only two of these maroon hoodies, and I own them both.
Oh man,
yeah. A lot of people are like, you have all this merch, and I'm like, I don't think you realize that this is a uniform, and I have not yet. But new merch is coming in April, and and in May, so merch will come in soon.
It's coming. It's coming.
Speaking of merch, I do need to thank you for something. So we were doing our barrel pick. Was the same day your merch was dropping, by the way. And so we're sitting there and having an excellent lobster roll. By the way, that was one of the best lobster rolls I've ever had. And so I have a friend, Matthew, who's messaging me about his extremely large head.
Yeah, the Melon Man.
And you spent a good amount of time trying to research whether or not how. So I just got to say thank you, Jay, for that. Like
it was nice of you.
We have all bought a hat that you thought would fit, and then it didn't, and then you hated that hat and whoever it was. And so I would rather always do less is more. And so, I generally my motto is better right than fast. And so if someone's like, hey, I want to buy this thing and it doesn't come around very often, I want people to know what's up. So yeah, of course.
I love it.
Hack, just to round out the conversation real quick, Mac, and then I'll hand it to you, is on the whole, like, behind the scenes, now you're in front of the scene. Like, here's the thing is I know you may not be comfortable in this space, but your thoughtfulness and getting to spend time with you. And here's the thing that bothers me about Whiskey Tube, YouTube, whatever. And this is, I'll tie this back to what I was going to say, is that I can walk in a liquor store in California and hold up a bottle of Garrison's Brothers and get 10,000 views. I can do what I think is a very insightful, thoughtful video of like behind the scenes at Reveries, and it gets 1,000 views. And it's like, but at the end of the day, this is the beautiful thing about what we do, is that we don't really care. Like we honestly do this because we want to bring things to people and show them things. And I've had so many comments, Jay, and thankful for the people that got to see that, because, not everybody can get to Middlesbrough, and not everybody can, and so we're grateful for the opportunity we have, but also there's a deep appreciation that I want you to hear from our whiskey nerd family, and a lot of them are here tonight, that, man, we appreciate what you do. Like I want you to know, and it's important that you hear that, because it's, I know you're on the grind and it's not easy what you're doing, and I just want you to know how much we appreciate what you're doing.
I appreciate that. Your guys' support is why I can do what I can do, and I know that Middleburg is not convenient for anyone, and so to have folks take their time is the only thing you don't get back. So to have folks dedicate their time to travel and come and see me is always a really good time.
Yeah,
So there's a question here about the Reveries Rise. We're going to get to it. I promised him. I promised we're going to get to it. That's on my list. We're going to get to that. But go ahead, Mac.
No, I was just saying I love it down there. If you guys haven't been down Middleburg, you got to come for the event August 1st. It's beautiful. Okay, Jay. So we have a lot of bottles here. Or sorry, I have a lot of Reveries bottles. I'm a fan. I don't know if you saw my trip today on Instagram. If you got to see that yet.
I commented too.
Thank you, sir.
I was both comedic relief and heartwarming. It was awesome. It was very good.
Thank you. I was just looking for compliments there, so thank you for that. But I'm a fan of the Reveries, and I wonder, Hack, we talked about where we're starting and then where we're going to go with this. So I think we're going to start with Provenance, right?
Yeah.
We're going to start with the Prov 7.
There's one more question that's really important, though, that I want to flesh out, and maybe if it's okay, we're going to do it while we're going to have Provenance, and then we'll talk more about Provenance, Jay. But there's something that you've said in the past, and this is kind of a question that several of my friends that we were talking before we came on, and one of the coolest parts about you and doing YouTube is you get to do things that your friends like. So one of the things everybody is really interested in is, you've told a story before about how you went out and you picked barrels, and obviously, for those that don't know, I mean, I think most people do, but Jay has an email subscription group of 300,000 members. And obviously you can move the whiskey world at great pace with what you do, but you've gone out and you've experienced all of this, and you've been to all these different distilleries and all these different places, and done some really cool stuff. But also during that journey, you've kind of talked before about how you would find barrels that were kind of interesting, but maybe they didn't fit into a blend, or they didn't fit into what that distillery was doing. And you're like, oh, well, maybe I'll buy these. But if you could tell us a little bit about that experience, and maybe talk about that a minute, and let us know how that kind of came to be.
Sure. Yeah. I've been buying single barrels on the retail side for a really long time now, 7 years, which is really also a huge privilege. But, a lot of people are like, well, NDPs just buy stuff from brokers. And I'm really thrilled that, the whiskey that I buy is from people that I personally know, and I've visited their facilities, and I know how they produce whiskey. And that's why, I have specific stuff, and it's usually more on the experimental side for the Reveries, which is really important to me. But a really great example is like a producer, if I work with them over a couple of years and buy 10, 20, 30, 40 of their single barrels through their brands, you develop a friendship, right? You ask about people's kids, you ask about vacations, there's a camaraderie, but there's also all right, well, it's now that you've wrapped up your barrel picks, we have some crazy stuff for you to try. And I try and be like, oh, some of this is good, some of this is weird. And some of it will be like, this is super good. Can I also buy this? And they'd say, well, we actually, we're tasting you on it, but we can't actually sell it. There's not enough of it, or there's a reason that the parent company is not going to invest in another brand. And it makes sense, right? Like my smallest lot of whiskey was 6 barrels. Like no brand would be crazy enough to invest in legal and compliance and design and materials and the labor and stuff to bring 6 barrels of whiskey to market. And so my talk track was, well, maybe I should buy them, and then they would ask, well, how are you going to sell them? And for a very long time, I said, I have no idea, but I will figure it out. It was just super reckless and not a great business strategy. And my accountant yells at me constantly. So, but it does mean that I built like a war chest of some of these really fascinating whiskeys that are, there's a great album name from a band that I grew up listening to called Panic at the Disco that was too weird to live, but too rare to die. And I think about that all of the time because, Provenance is our national brand. It's more consistent. And I think generally a consistently better, more approachable whiskey. But the Reveries is my house of horrors and really interesting off-profile things that may not have seen the light of day otherwise. And it's, you know, I don't take that lightly, but I delight in the fact that like that's what my job is, and that's cool. So, you know, all of those things, is people ask me if I'm going to keep doing the single barrel program, right? They're like, we see this all the time, like a creator becomes a creator, and then they become a curator, and they buy barrels and they sell barrels and they create their own brand, and then they stop doing work with other brands because it's less economical. Like, you don't make any real money doing that. But that's where all of my relationships come from, and that's where I expect all of my future relationships to come from. And to me, like, you'd be silly to give that up.
That's the cool thing, is that I think a lot of people don't realize is that in talking to you, I learned this, is that it wasn't like, hey, I'm gonna buy this barrel now and I've got to move it in a certain amount of time, and I have to sell this many barrels. You were very adamant when we met about like no barrel before it's time, right?
Yeah.
And I do strongly believe that, right? Like a lot of brands buy, you see this all the time, right? Creator starts a brand, you buy 4 barrels, you have to sell all 4 barrels as quickly as possible. Now you can buy 6 barrels, and then you have to sell those 6 barrels as quickly as possible. Now you have 8 barrels, you know. But I have kind of taken it a different way, which is stacking up barrels for a long time. And now I have enough barrels that the goal is that, and as you guys came and tasted and hopefully didn't let any cats out of the bag, you know, my job is to pull the barrels that taste amazing today. And today will be different than tomorrow, and different than next week, and different than next month. And so every group that comes out and does barrel picks, I love getting out there the morning of the pick and tasting through everything and being like, all right, this is it. If a barrel needs to come out, a new barrel needs to go in. If we want to move some lots or change some stuff around based on what I think the group's going to like, that's what I do. And that's kind of how I think about whiskey, and how I wish that a lot of brands thought about whiskey when I was a retail buyer. And so it lends itself to a pretty unique experience that hopefully is meaningful to each and every person that comes to spend their time with me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's awesome. I have a couple questions here in the chat, and I think this leads into my next question with Provenance too. You know, I think a lot of people want the whiskey, which is great, a great problem to have, right, Jay? But can you maybe talk a little bit about the product, which is Provenance? I've seen it at 107 proof. That's what we're drinking right now. I've seen some single barrels, and then I know you're starting to get out into different parts of the country in stores. Maybe talk a little bit about where are you going, and then what the products are.
Certainly, yeah. So both Provenance, you know, Provenance is the national flagship, and the Reveries are available in New York and New Jersey, DC, Maryland, Virginia. Virginia, it is a little tricky because Virginia's system is not currently accepting new American whiskeys because of the way the market is. But despite that, a lot of bars and restaurants, and more bars and restaurants in the next year in Virginia. So if you're in Virginia and you're like, I wish I had it, you know, send me an email, figure it out. But and then as well as our newest states, California and Texas. So it's a big swath of the country in just a few states. So I was pleased to spend I had an amazing week out with our retailers and accounts and supporters and guests and customers out in New Jersey back in February. And so, you know, a lot of brands, you want to get to all 50 states as quickly as possible. But my goal is to add a couple tactical states and then spend a lot of time there, right? I know people in those states. I know people who have asked for us to do stuff. We'll do events, we'll do bars, we'll do tastings, you know, get together. I'm planning to have some folks in other states for dinner when I'm out there. And so the goal really is that, you know, if I can't have folks from those states come to visit me in Middleburg, we'll spend time one-on-one. You know, I want to give those markets enough time and really get to talk about it. But Provenance small batch launches in April. So that's a little tidbit. We got a new whiskey coming out that's freaking amazing. 98 proof small batch. Cool. Which a lot of people assume, right? They're like, small batch is how you're going to make your millions. And I'm like, probably not at 88 or 98 proof and 5, 6, 7, and 8-year-olds Kentucky. It's pretty premium stuff in our small batch. So I want folks to taste it and love it and be able to have something that's a little more economical for every day at about $50. And then we have the single barrel flagship at 7 years and 107 proof, which I think is
right here. This is killer,
phenomenal. Yeah. And then this year, 2026, we have a single barrel program that is also at the same price of the flagship. But you come out, you taste a barrel. It's also at 107 proof, but you can customize that front label with your artwork. So it's kind of like when someone agrees to pick a whole barrel of your whiskey, they kind of become a partner with you. And so I want to share the label space with those customers who have turned partners. And really do something cool.
Jay, wait, does that include even like maybe people who like do a show with like hair metal and stuff that would do like crazy tater stickers, or like they can even do
There
that?
he is. Hey, Todd.
It'll go through legal review, but if it passes, all day long.
I love that you're
Horns
putting
out.
Todd through legal review. That's awesome.
Horns out.
So
They,
you kind of answered one of the questions I had, but I wanted to dig into it just a little deeper
Sure.
because you said the Provenance small batch is coming in April, which is awesome.
Correct. Yep.
So if you have a Provenance 7 up till now, they're all single barrels?
Yeah, so Provenance 7 on the front says single barrel. The flagship will always be single barrel, and that to me is really cool because I select those barrels based on profile, and a lot of people assume that means specific tasting notes. For me, it's a combination of tasting notes, but more importantly, how it drinks, right? The nose, the palate, the finish. And so all of those are going to have similar characteristics. And then it's a really big, sweet, inviting nose. It's going to be a fat, velvety, super silky palate, very full, very round. And then I call it like a clean, precise finish. You know, I want a finish that is full of those flavors, but doesn't hang around and get bitter or gnarly or too woody. And that for me is like kind of the signature profile of Provenance 7. And so the single barrels that are in that, some may lean more cinnamon, some may be fruitier, some may be more baking spice or caramels or you know, stuff like that. But they are all going to have that same drinking profile. And those are all single barrels. So they have the number on the front, right? So like 13 and 14 just went out to select markets, and I'm a huge fan of those. Yeah. But DC got 1 through 10, which were kind of what I called the founder series. They're the first 10.
Do you remember this? Do you remember this barrel 10 very well at all?
Barrel 10, yeah, cinnamon bomb, cinnamon spice, everything nice. Yeah,
yeah, we love it, man. When we bought this when I was up in DC a few weeks ago, and we proceeded to sit there and prepare for Jason's stream where we became the dude luge guys,
and the bad internet guys,
bad internet guys too. And we killed a good amount of this bottle. Let's get
every show needs one. There's always a bad internet guy somewhere.
Yeah, that was us. That was us.
I love it because a lot of people, you know, assume that a flagship has to be low proof and bad value, but at 107 proof, it's amazing neat. It works really good in cocktails without putting a bar program through the ringer. And like, you know, we're about to get to the hot and gnarly part of the year.
Right.
I'm going to throw that shit on ice all summer long. It's, you know, it'll be 103, 105, 108 in the warehouse, and whiskey on ice tastes pretty good, but you still want to have the whiskey part of that equation. At 107 proof, you can get it done.
Yeah.
So I guess the thing is, just to round this out, is that so Provenance 7, Provenance 14, the delineation between Prov and Reveries is that Reveries is going to be more curated, and this is more going to kind of match a flavor profile you're looking at. Is that what I'm hearing you're saying, Jay?
No, Reveries is more on the experimental side, so likely off profile experimental, but I just have way less whiskey that would qualify for the Reveries, and so Reveries will always be a much smaller footprint.
Okay, so and you've said this before, is Reveries might not always be bourbon and whiskey, right?
That's correct. Yep.
So this is exciting, right? Because we're going to get into some fun. I with the access you have to barrels, I can't wait to see what the Reveries is going to bring. Like we got into brandy, cognac, Armagnac with Nancy last week, and I'm brand new on this journey, Jay. Like I'm learning these spirits. Like I'm so I can't, you know, I know. And also I should mention right here, guys, like in the chat tonight, our friend Nightbot dropped some links, and we've linked the links to take. We've linked the links to Jay's collection on Shared Pour, and so also a link to the Reveries. So if you're not familiar and you want to get familiar, save those links. They're dropping in the chat tonight. They're also in the description tonight. So full links to check everything out Jay's doing. Just want everybody to know that real quick, Jay. Sorry, little promotional thing, but I really want people to find your stuff, because it's awesome. And speaking of finding your stuff, welcome to Texas, brother. Like people down here, like I've already sent 2 stores your way, and there's more coming, man. Thank you for coming here. How are things going with the Texas market? Like
Texas is great, man. I'm looking forward to getting down there personally. I had to be, ironically, in Kentucky. I heard about a thing I needed to taste, so I got out to Kentucky when my team down. I'm partnered with Violet in Texas, which is, you know, a lot of people ask me, are you going to go Southern? Are you going to go Republic? Which of the big dogs are you going to work with? And I'm really thrilled that that I'm working almost exclusively with tiny natural wine focused distributors, right? People who are used to the hard sell, like natural wine. No one gets into natural wine to buy a yacht and retire as a billionaire. You get into natural wine for the love of the game and loving talking about your product to people, because natural wine and just wine in general, right? Like thoughtfully made wines take a lot of conversation. Every bottle is a hot sell. There's a lot to talk about before that person, no one rolls into the store and is like, all right, give me that Slovenian skin tone, like contact, it's super delicious and more like everyone should have Slovenian skin contact in their cabinet, but like there's like not that many people. And so for me, it was a very natural fit to take a whiskey that I think, whiskey itself is popular, but also like the Reveries takes a lot of talking. Provenance takes a lot of talking. There's a lot that goes into it. And I wanted good stewards for those products. So Violet is freaking incredible down there. I'll get down later this year because I'm looking forward to spending some time with you. Hack, as well as some of the accounts and groups that I work with and some stores. But it's good to be, Texas is a big state and it's hard and there's a lot of red tape, but there's also some of the most passionate whiskey drinkers in the world down there. And so and there's less humidity. So I think as the humidity gets higher than my neck of the woods up here in the mid-Atlantic, I'm really looking forward to spending time talking.
Brother, you come see me in Houston, but expect humidity. I'm just going to tell you.
It's different though, man. It is not.
You're coming to the jungle, brother. But by the way, so excited. I've been, all my friends here in the Houston and the bigger Texas market. When I told them, you were looking at a trip here, we can't wait. And so whatever we can do, man, to make it hospitable and help you. And that's what we do here. And we can't wait to have you. It's awesome. So quick question from the chat is Esquire shows Provenance coming. So Esquire, is that a fancy magazine, Mac? Is that one that you?
Esquire is a Maryland liquor store who has a couple of Provenance single barrels coming.
Okay.
So.
I thought it was like that fancy magazine where Mac gets his clothes. Sorry.
I mean, I think Jay answered that question.
This is all Max to deflect. This is all you, brother.
Thanks for leaving me out on the island here, Jay. But no, Esquire is like back when I was in college. Okay, like I'm not. No, come on.
All right, so Jay, we talked like Provenance 7 single barrel, right? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mac. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hold on. Okay, let's frame this because we got 13 minutes with the man left, so we gotta.
I got a little.
We only have 13 minutes.
Stick around for a few more.
No. We need to honor the man's time. We haven't even got to Raven. So here's what I think.
God. Okay. Sorry.
Let's go to Raven. Let's get into Reveries, and then we have our pick our picks launching. Thank you, Jay. So we're gonna probably end with that. But let's go to Raven. What do you think, Hack? Is that where we're going?
Yeah. So are you good at military math? Because a man told me 2,200 hours.
Yeah.
So we got.
I think you might be in Central Time.
Yeah.
And I am Eastern Time. So Mac may not be good with military time, but I don't know if Hack is good with clock.
No, I'm not good at translating from Eastern to Central. Yeah, I'm really bad at that.
We're not good at much, and together
we're not good at much. No.
It's something, but the fact is, we're good at drinking whiskey, Jay. That's what.
Very good at that. All right, so let's go through. Hey, by the way, I don't think we're gonna have time because but Provenance 14.
I'll stick around for a few, but yeah, we'll chat.
Provenance 14, and it has this honeycomb like butterscotch, like it just invites you in, man. Like Provenance 14 is killer, and I know we're not gonna have time to get to that pour, but if you like, could you just really quickly talk about like what Prov 14 is for you?
Yeah, I mean, when you launch a brand, right, you want to put something super special out. And I can stand around all day and tell people what it is, but you have to push a whiskey where people are just going to pull it off the shelf and try it, and it has to be worthy. And so I was really, really pumped to put that blend of barrels out for 2025's limited edition for Provenance. And I am likewise super pumped for 2026's limited edition for Provenance. I think... I don't have a lot to say about it yet because it's not quite done, but my goal is that one year there's a super expensive, crazy, swanky thing, and then the next year there is a more approachable price point that is just as high quality. But the goal is not to ask customers to spend almost $300 every single fall, which is also a fairly novel thing. I think once brands set a price, they always stick there. But Provenance 10-year limited edition is being finished up. The labels should be approved in the coming weeks, and then the spring and summer it's going to be go time on a really special whiskey.
Freaking wait, man.
I think I texted you about this, Jay. I was at Fountain Inn last night, and I had the Provenance 10 Fountain Inn.
Oh yeah, for the dining series. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like anyway, yes. So I'm so glad I got to come home.
That's
with
a good
Hack.
whiskey.
You got one.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you for getting me.
Do I hear that there might be more coming or no, Jay? Like I don't know. Like I
mean,
some available. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, so there's still some available at the Fountain Inn, right? They are a bar, and so they do not have room to physically take in their entire selection at one time. But what that means is, yeah, clearly your shelves are empty behind you. Provenance 10, the Fountain Inn, which is a really friendly bar to us here in Georgetown, is amazing and has amazing staff. But they have a 10-year, it's like 130 something proof Provenance blend I did for them. So they should have that through the next month or two. But the bottles are going quick, much quicker than anyone, myself included, really anticipated. So it could be gone sooner than that, but it's a friggin' banger, all Kentucky, really good stuff.
I mean, we really don't have time to talk about everything, but I just want you to know that the Fountain Inn is awesome. And,
they're good people.
And I got to visit there when I was with Mac in DC, and shout out to the Fountain Inn. Man, it was awesome there.
Great.
And so if you're ever in the DC area and you want to go have some really cool, Provenance, Reveries pours, they've got some incredible stuff there. Plus a lot of Dusties, like Fountain Inn's awesome.
And the food, Chef Greg.
The food's great. Yeah, it's incredible.
So
listen, Todd just posted that he drank all of his Raven batch one. We should go right into Raven to right, Mac.
This is all I have left.
That's what I just poured up. I just
Which
have a little sample
batch
left.
one, maybe.
Batch one.
Yeah.
So maybe for this question, as you approached Raven batch one, what was your goal, and where is Raven going from here now?
Raven was definitely two things for me, right? I think a lot of people assume that for whatever reason, if you are blending whiskeys, it is so that you can get rid of whiskey that would otherwise not make the cut.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, people just generally assume like a blend is how you like create economy for your business, right? Like that's how you get a better margin, and that's how you make more money. And so foolishly, I was like, I'm going to put some of my craziest whiskeys in a blend, and I bet it's going to be pretty great. And accounting was like, wait, what are you doing? But more importantly, I wanted people to realize that a blend is how you get some of the best flavors, right? I traffic in single barrels. I live my life in single barrels. Single barrels can be up and they can be down, and they're going to be, complex or one-noted and powerful. And that's the beauty of them, but they can only reach so high. But if you can be thoughtful and take single barrels with different characters, you should, if you're good at that thing, be able to create a profile that you won't get through single barrels, but also a quality floor and ceiling that far exceeds them. And so Raven was kind of my personal, like, it took me like 6 or 7 months on the first batch, was my attempt to be like, all right, let's do something with like actually premium whiskey, right? Like there's a lot of brands being like, this is our premium blend, but there's no information on it. And it's north of $100. And so I was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take some crazy freaking whiskey. I'm going to tell people what's in it, and I'm going to charge what it has to cost. Like I could probably charge more, but this is what it needs to cost for the business to sustain me doing this kind of thing. And we'll see how it goes. And I knew it was probably the only time I was going to be able to do it. And it was really fun to be like, and this week, everyone can pre-order a bottle. I will make sure that there is enough whiskey that everyone who wants one can get one. And so for a week it ran, and then like 2 days, and then I cut it off, and then I produced it, right? I made a certain amount. Luckily, the amount of people who bought was just slightly under that amount. And I was like, all right, perfect. Like this worked out really well. And by Raven 2, folks were like, you're going to do that again? And I was like, no, like the cat is out of the bag, and people like Raven 1 enough that, we can't do that again. But it was a really cool opportunity for me to branch into something that I felt like people maybe didn't appreciate enough, or there wasn't a lot of competition in that specific sort of thing. And so Raven batch 1, I believe, was 7, 9, 10, and 14-year-old whiskey. And each batch, I'm really happy, has gotten older since.
Well, I was going to ask you that, Jay, because it's 9, 9, 10, 14. Is that right? Or
oh yeah, so it was because it was two lots of 9-year and then 10 and 14, so even older.
And you had, I think in the back, but you had the same age and mash bills and percentages in batch 2, correct?
Yeah, different micro blends of whiskey.
Right. Which is so that was something that fascinated me. Was that purposeful?
Yeah. When I think also a lot of people assume when you make a blend, you just take all of your ingredients and you put it in one big tank and then that's your blend. But I want to preface this by saying I'm not a cook or a professional cook. I'm just pretty okay at making food. But when you make food, right, like you make a sauce and you make this dish and you make this piece of this dish, and maybe, a dish coming together has more than just take every single ingredient and put it in the bowl at the same time and then put it in the oven and now you're done. And blends for me work like that a lot. And you'll see that in a DNA of a lot of different things. But like I have tons of blends marrying on the property, and those blends, the goal is not for those blends to become a finished product. Those blends need to take on their life, and then those are going to contribute to a different blend, or maybe multiple blends and different stuff like that. And so blending for me is very iterative and evolutionary, rather than like today we start blending and tomorrow we stop blending, and this tank is our only vessel. And that to me, I think also it makes it really difficult, but also it means my ability to create things that don't taste like other things that are really thoughtful, and they might take a long time, but the Raven batches use that. And I like to call them out. Like there's 2 micro blends of this and that. And I think it continues in batch 3 as well, because it was different micro blends of 9 year that I ended up using as part of the contributing backbone to Raven.
Well, Hack, I'll turn this over to you here in a second, but I have to do this. Have you ever had anyone do a Raven batch 1 bottle kill with you live?
Only in person. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll do it. Maybe not. Okay. But there we go. Bottle kill, batch 1, sir. Incredible whiskey.
Salute to batch 1. It is awesome.
That's awesome.
Jay. Like
awesome.
Jay, it has that. Like we talked.
Cheers, my water.
One thing I want to just say real fast, and I want to not keep you longer than we told you, but like I kind of do want to keep you longer than we told you. But
well, the man gave us a couple more minutes, so Hack, he's put in the private
chat.
We got a little bit longer, but yeah.
So there was something that when we had Jonathan Mazzano from K-Luke on, he told the exact same story about food. Like he told the exact same story about the layering and the blending. And hearing you talk, it just immediately reminded me of that. But what I get on the Raven Batch 1 is this perfect blend between sweet and spice. Like it's just the perfect, like we talk about how some of the Stag Junior batches have too much cinnamon backbone, like they're just like too much. This does not. It has the cinnamon, but it's like it's layered and it's complex, and it's fantastic, man. It's like so great. Like Raven Batch 1 is incredible. I just cheers to what you did here, Jay.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Raven was, to me, was so cool to be like, all right, people appreciated this because blending is my passion and I want to do way more of it. And so the Raven 1 doing well was like, all right, we're going to do it. And as you guys saw, there was 2, 3, and 4 last year, and Raven 5 is almost ready to go.
Well, so talking about blending, if I'm not allowed to ask, just say it. And I'll shut up and we'll delete it. Are we allowed to talk about Murder of Crows and what's coming or no?
Yeah, I mean, Murder of Crows is a private select offshoot of Raven, which is allocated only to accounts that have already purchased barrels. So it's my meaningful way to invite people who are existing customers back for something new and different than what they've tried. So
we're existing customers now, Jay?
Yeah, well, I mean, you've just begun your customer journey, but if you guys come back next year, we'll have a hell of a time.
Hack.
I know.
Hack's like, I'll be there in 3 weeks. Let's do this, buddy. There'll be more information on Murder of Crows in the upcoming weeks. There'll only be 24 for the country, and groups who have been allocated barrels have started to make their selections. So more info will come soon, but it's really
well. If you want to get into that, get in with our friends Todd and Andy with 21090 because
wait. Okay,
that's why I said we did it in person. I did chug that sucker in the warehouse.
Of course. All right. You know what? Fine. I thought it was a special moment, and it is still to me. But all right, we won't get into. Yeah,
this is the first 3-way batch 1 kill, and I think
that's
really special for Mr. Esquire and Cock of the Cock here. So like, if you're gonna go low, you just got to stay there.
It's the first time you've ever been right next to chicken cock, right? Like I don't know, like have you ever done a pick of chicken cock, Jay?
Yeah, I did one years ago.
Of course he did. The man's done it all.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
So, Hack, should we go maybe like to our?
Yeah, we got to talk Reveries. We have to talk Reveries because that's. But also, there was a question earlier, and I think this is a good segue into Reveries. Is that the deep, right? Yeah. We got a little bit of a preview, which thank you. And we've not said a lot about it, but
it was great.
Is that something we can talk about? Can we talk about the deep?
Yeah, deep. I formally announced that it existed last weekend. Well, this past weekend, the weekend we're currently in. Awesome. The deep is really cool. It's an evolution beyond Raven, right? So Raven will always be straight bourbon blended, put in the bottle. There's a lot that goes into that, but it'll always be straight bourbon. The deep this year is a little more nautical, right? Like the horrors of the deep and the oceans and stuff. But the deep for me is a blend of all Kentucky of a variety of ages, finished in French oak. And I have really been a big fan of some French oak releases and not others. And I had almost written it off, and I got some really, really great French cooperage a while ago, and I started to tinker with it. And I realized that, I think a lot of people just use the wrong amount of French oak. And so I started to really kind of work on what was the right amount of French oak to pair with like deep and beautiful whiskeys. And I think, this is not at all a comparison, but tasting Michter's PFG last year, I was like, this is the perfect amount of French oak. And some people still don't like it. And I understand that. It's Raven. I don't want people to think that new products will replace old products. And so Raven Batch 5 will be out late April. But the deep will be launching online and in select markets in April as well. And that is definitely, my take on what a French oak finished whiskey should be. The label's pretty cool. I don't know. I think the label's on my Instagram. I was shooting this weekend. I was shooting the high-res pictures, which look really, really good. It's a dark whiskey, but one of the coolest things for me is I like my designers is really, really talented. Franklin Gould is one of the best in the business, and makes some of the best art I've ever seen. But when I give him, when you're in the business, right, it's called a brief. When you are trying to convey what you are asking someone to create for you, you give them a brief, which is more than just like make it look like this. And so my brief to Franklin was, this is what I want customers to feel. This is what I feel. And this is like the overarching idea for the whiskey. And one of my favorite stories to tell is like my fascination with the deep is that whether you swim in lakes or you swim in the ocean, if you spend any time around boats, like you're in the water and you're swimming back to the boat and that the water's safe, and you're pretty sure the water's safe. But when you get like 2 feet away from the boat and the ladder's right there, you always swim a little bit faster because for a second you're like, I actually don't know anything about the water, and I'm so small and the water is so big, and anything could be here and it could be about to eat me. And so I'm going to paddle faster and get to the boat. And so there's like an exhilaration that comes with that, right? And then you're like, you get in the boat and you're like, I'm so silly. Of course I was totally safe, but you never quite know. And so the deep for me is I want a whiskey that like people get lost in, and they're just like, where does the whiskey stop and the French oak start, and where do these profiles meld? And like, all of this comes together, but it really doesn't matter, because when you taste it, you're like, this is a deep, dark, rich whiskey. And like, it all comes together and all works really well. And so it's a little abstract, but for me, I was like, that's enough to create what I think is a cool label. Like, my goal isn't to just put art on shit and like hope it's neat and has shock value and stuff. Like I want to be thoughtful and tell some of these things. Like, I never been a boat owner, but grew up around boats all my childhood. And every time swimming in the water, you'd get close to the boat and be like, last 2 feet's the fastest, because like I actually want to get out of this stuff.
See, Jay, this is that nerdy shit that we love. Like I'm telling you, like when you told me this story in person, and then we got to try the deep, I was like, oh, I get it. Like this is, it's teetering on that. Like, oh, is it going to go too far? Is it going to be? And you got me, man. And I'm not as, but I think what you do with these things, if people hear you tell the story, and then also obviously the artwork that goes with it, and then it just all ties together, and it just draws us in, man. It just draws us in. And so excited for people to try the deep. Mac and I and again, thank you so much for letting our dumbasses try it early, but
lit a nice fire. He lit a nice fire. We were chilling.
He lit a nice fire. Man. We had a charcuterie. It was very romantic.
It was very romantic.
It was a dreadfully good time. Yeah. Yeah.
How cool. I know my lighting's not going to be good for this. But I am just it's so bad my lighting for this. But this is our pick, Hack.
Yes. I just poured up the 8, the 10, and I poured up the Sea of Kings next to it because I got similarities on the 10 to that. Jay, I thank you for doing the tasting notes on our picks, but can you tell, let's start at the 8-year for a minute and just talk a little bit about what you're doing with all your 8-year expressions. And if you mind sharing a little bit about like here's one thing I have to ask, because I have a friend that wanted me to ask it, and I really wanted to ask it too. I've done a lot of barrel picks. It's the first time where someone has said, hey, I'm not going to tell you proof, but I'm going to take you on a tannin journey.
Sure.
That was so unique and so cool. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Certainly. Yeah. I, it's not for lack of information. I just don't gauge the barrels until we bottle. But I think what's really important is a lot of people assume, and we see this question all the time in whiskey groups, right? Like, what order should I drink my whiskey in? And it's very logical to say we should drink them in proof order, because the higher the proof, the more your palate is changed, right? I won't say it suffers or is different, but for me, what's really important, and even the way I source whiskeys and blend whiskeys, is all by tannin, because my belief is that tannin, which is the grippy woodiness that sticks to your teeth and mouth and olfactory and stuff from all the wood, actually impacts your palate way more. And so we tasted 8-year whiskey, which is much higher proof. It's like 125-ish proof first before we moved on to other whiskeys, which are, much older and have a lot more tannin, but are lower proof. And I, whether it's right, wrong, or otherwise, but I think a lot of people, you hold on to your ability to taste the nuance of those whiskeys more when you work up to more and more and more and more and more oak and stuff like that. And so we kicked off with a freshly curated batch of 8-year Kentucky that I'm really passionate about. And I think that's what you guys have put there in front of you.
Yeah. Got it right here.
Yeah. So this is Resolute, and the 8-year 126.8 proof.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And
it's got such
man,
a buttercream frosting nose. It's just so nice, man. It's so killer.
I'm a huge fan. A lot of people, I think it's fascinating, right? Like 5 years ago, if you're like, I have 8-year-old Kentucky, people would lose their goddamn minds. But for me, this crop of barrels has taken such an amazing turn in the last 9 months that like these religiously are some of mine where I'm just like, oh man, this is so freaking good.
Is it on this? I get this, like, and I should pull your notes up here, Jay, because they're much better than anything I could do. But it's like there is a real dessert sort of like pastry, honey, like brulee. I think you mentioned, like, I think that's something in there, and I think Hack's got the notes up here in a second. But like, like dessert, such a wonderful, like, apple bake. Yeah, there we go, pastry. So I'm not far off. Here we go. So. But yeah, I mean, like, is that something that you really love in some like your favorite barrels? Like, is there like a dessert pastry thing you like, Jay?
I love desserts for how multisensory they are, right? Like people for whatever reason, until they get older, are happy to overlook all the nuance of like an appetizer and an entree. But like dessert, because as kids, right, you don't care about anything unless you get to dessert. But like some of our earliest memories are brownies, ice cream, root beer floats, like vanilla cupcakes, and like kids know every flavor and color of cake before you could tell them the difference between an onion and a shallot, right? Like life is very different, but a lot of those notes also stick with me, in that I also selfishly love them in whiskey, right? Like I'm a kind of a indulgent at heart. And so like, it kind of helps that it seems like you guys stray that way as well. Cause both of the barrels that you guys picked are big. They're luscious. They have like lovely cakey layers and like a rich nougaty texture to them, but are loaded with the dessert character.
You said it much more eloquently. We're fat kid whiskey. That's what
I was about to say it too, but I was like, I don't want to offend any self-identified
fat kids
kids
out
there. So it's not.
My name is Mack, and I'm
I'm a fat kid.
I do think though too, and while we're going like maybe like side by side. Also, by the way, it's just so cool, Jay, just so you know, like to see HackandMack on one of your models. It really is an honor. It's something I never thought would happen. So thank you. You did not have to do that. There's a lot of other whiskey tubers with a lot more people that you could have had out there. But I think the cool thing is you care about people that are really passionate about whiskey. You said that, you talked to us about that, and like that I think that's shown because you had our asses out there. So thank you.
Oh, you guys were great. I say it really. I try and always make sure, like I'm a busy guy, and that's not like, ooh, I'm important. I'm a busy guy. It's just like there's a lot of stuff that I have to do, and there's a lot of stuff that I to keep this business running, I have to be available for. But I try and always make sure that there's time on my calendar, right? If you guys are like, and you guys were good, right? You're like, in a month we will be in your neck of the woods, and I was like, I can work. Most people are like, I know that it is Tuesday, but I have 19 free minutes on Wednesday, and I was hoping that you could accommodate that. And I'm like, I wish I could, but I physically can't, right? Like that is hard. But you guys give me enough notice. It was amazing. The weather could have been a little bit better, but we had a cozy day and we had a great time. And like,
dude, I thought it was so cool because we started the morning with kind of the foggy raven atmosphere.
Raven-esque. We got
it felt, I don't know, it felt like it was meant to be. And then the fact that you let us snuggle next to a fire, like that's special. Like that's a moment I'll take home.
Yeah. The snuggle descriptor is all you, but everything else is
I love how
we had an amazing fire.
I was like, when did we
I had my
snuggle?
own chair. I would like the audience to know. I was
Jay was not snuggling. Let's just be clear. Jay was not.
Jay was not.
In front of the fire. And,
maybe this 10 rare strength, which 107 proof 10-year. I do think they're like really complimentary barrels. Like if there's like a mood thing, if there's where you're going to your bar and you're like, what am I feeling? If you want that punchier, sweet sort of brulee thing, which I get on the 8. Let's pull up Jay's notes to Hack here for the 10.
I got it. Yep.
Oh God, this is so good.
And Jay, it's worth noting because the proof is just close enough.
Jay was saying something. Let's let Jay.
I'm sorry.
I was just saying this is full cast strength, right? There's been no adjustment,
which is crazy to me.
Yeah, full cast strength. So both of these straight out of the barrel. Continue, good sir.
No, sir. I was just going to nerd out on something real quick, which is I think people want to know, and that is barrel 53, right? It does some special stuff. Like, I don't know, but here's the crazy thing is like, I think you get, and we found this out with Sig and Moreau, right? It's like, if you think all Sig and Moreaus are going to be a certain way,
right?
But in your selection, this Sea of Kings, which I broke out to compare because I have a great friend, Ed, that gifted me a sample of the Sea of Kings, which is also a B53. Can you talk a little bit about like what is the character of those barrels and what kind of drew you, or was it just luck of the draw? Like I got some B53 barrels. Can you talk about that a little bit?
No, I think a lot of there's a lot of ISC barrels out there. I know that because I own a lot of them as well. But a lot of people don't really realize that they're a lot of people view the grains as one thing, the yeast is one thing, the distiller themselves as one thing. And they kind of view all barrels as equal, right? They view them as a ubiquitous, consistent aging vessel that is always going to give you the same thing. And I've been really delighted. I have 6 different cooperages right now in just my American oak profile at the Reveries. And so I strongly like the way you make a barrel and the wood you make a barrel from and the way you season those staves and the way you treat it and the way you use it all have tremendous implications to flavor. Like you make like 50 plus choices about your whiskey while you're producing it. And so the cooperage is like 8 to 10 of those things. It's a tremendous, influence to the flavor. And so I love learning about the cooperages and how they work and what they do. And so barrel 53 is, a small cooperage out in Missouri, which is pulling different oak than, ISC is going to use, Kelvin's going to use, Canton and Speyside are going to use. And so, I think they generally are picking up their own cult followers, right? Like the cult of Seguin Moreau is definitely vibrant and a little scary in a very fun way.
I'm a part of that.
And Barrel 53, you know, is definitely in that as well, right? Like a lot of people kind of know the different. Like if you could say like, hey, this is Kelvin, and so, like a lot of whiskey drinks, like yeah, I've heard the word Kelvin before. But using some of these lesser known cooperages, like these have like such an opulent creaminess, and like the way I describe it is that the 8s are about power, and like picking a lane really strongly and like following that to the death, and like the 10s for me are about elegance and opulence and structure, and they're about nuance, and they're about pulling through all of these rich flavors without beating you over the head with proof, because you know proof is a good vehicle for flavor, but it's not the end all be all, and it's not where it all comes from. And this run of B53s is super special to me.
Like we don't have to sell these, like they're gonna sell anyway, and so this is not what this is about. But like I don't know how you get this level of intensity and complexity from 107 proof. Like it's just it's all that, man. It's crazy.
That's what I love. And at 107 proof, you can have 2 or 3 pours, and tomorrow's gonna turn out all right.
Yes.
Yes. That's like 143 proof, whatever.
True.
So which is fun in its own right. But I you know, I think what I've learned is that, and I've said this publicly before, is that my goal is not to make Reveries or Provenance the most of anything, right? The highest proof, the highest age, the lowest barrel yield, the most extreme. Like right now, it's very popular in whiskey to be the most extreme thing that you are, because that's what sets you apart. But like, if people are like, yeah, I trust this whiskey, I'm gonna pick up 107 proof that the Jay and Mack and Hack said was all really good, and it's gonna be a wild ride of flavors that you would, you know. To me, there's so much interesting stuff to build complexity and nuance without being like, yeah, of course it's going to have a lot of flavor. It's 159 proof, and it tastes like acid and wood. You know, it's like I love that the whiskey industry is big enough for all of these perspectives to exist, and there's customers for all of these things, and that's super important. But my perspective is like, this is so rich at 107 proof, and it's unreal. And like that is the whiskey I want to drink all of the time if I could.
Yes, I love, Jay, some of the Remus stuff with the low cast strength MGP, like that, like and like yeah. I mean, I feel like this is special. This 107 proof cast strength is special. I'm so proud that HackandMack is on this with on the Reveries, but I do think like this maybe Hack as we move into like the end of this.
We'll round it out here.
I want to hear about the rye, but
that we got to ask about the rye. Before we do that, I just want to tell Jay something in front of everybody. Is so when we were there and doing our pick and talking about what we want to do, Mac and I are very fortunate, but we've also worked really hard in our careers. We've worked very hard in our careers to get to a certain point where YouTube is not our nor I don't think it'll ever be like our
it's how I'm gonna make my retirement.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh, sorry, it's not.
No, it's not. Okay. We do this because we love it, Jay.
Yeah,
we love talking whiskey. We love hanging out with people, and we like having fun. And whether we show it or not, Mac and I genuinely we really enjoy hanging out and doing this together. But one of the things that you allowed us to do is to gift to charity. And and I just want to say thank you for that. So our bottles may cost just a little bit more, but I want you guys to know one piece is going to rare disease, which is very near and dear to Mac's heart. And so both bottles, $10 from each bottle will go to charity, and you made that super easy for us. And so thank you, Jay. And then the other bottle is going to Interfaith Caring Ministries, which is it's not related to a religion, but my wife for the last 8 years has worked for a nonprofit that helps people where they are, meaning that they have to go in and they have to qualify, and there's a whole process. But basically, and I got some cool stories I'm going to tell in the next couple of weeks. But basically, just this is what we wanted to do. Like if we never really wanted to be like the biggest whiskey tubers or make money and all this stuff. We really just want to find ways to give back to either our community or like what we believe in. So thank you, Jay, for making that super easy for us. That's all I want to say.
Certainly. I love to use whiskey's a vehicle for good. So I'm pleased that you guys are motivated as well.
Yeah.
So,
all right, Jay.
Hack, maybe our final question, which thank you so much, Jay, for being here and taking time and going,
thanks for having me.
us. The rye hit.
Yeah, coming whiskey. The label hit today. We know a little bit about the pup. We've heard about the pup. We've heard. But let's get into this.
What is it? People are like, Mac, what is this? What is the mash? But what can you tell us, Jay?
Did Jay freeze? Oh no.
What if? Did he freeze?
He did. He did. That's right.
With us?
No, he's not screwing with us.
How amazing would that be if I'm like the rye?
I think I'm back.
Okay, you're back. Yes. Did you hear
for a minute? You're back.
Okay.
That was
hey Jay, internet problems is what we do.
I'm actually tethered to Mac's house right now. And that was going to be awkward. When the bill came,
right
but
here next to my bed. Actually, here.
I'm actually under the bed. The lighting under here is unbelievable for such a a small amount of space.
Hey, blink twice if you need help, Jay. Blink twice if you need help.
I need so much help, but I don't think anything that you guys can assist me with. The label for the rye did hit today, which was serendipitous. As of when I started the show, I got 43 emails asking for private selects of the rye, which is a pretty bold thing for something that has only just hit the TTB.
5 of those are from Hack.
No. Let's be clear. None of those are from us.
I will give you guys both credit.
We did not say anything.
No. We catch the breadcrumbs. We're just here.
I love breadcrumbs. But the rye is super special to me. I only have a tiny bit that I'm going to be releasing this year. But the first release of the rye, every year I've always supported canine focused charities, right? Like we've done a ton of stuff for the pups, and after a couple of years of only doing pup stuff, people are like, hey man, maybe we should help people too. And so I'm really pleased, I've aligned with Fuck Cancer, which is a great company run by incredible people. And then Alzheimer's Association and their kind of campaign to end Alz. And all that passion comes from a partner in that, Wes Milligan, who leads with his heart and his passion and his motivation, and is recklessly abandoned any slowing down in favor of trying to end Alzheimer's. And so to support him and what he does through whiskey releases is cool. But I also realized that we skipped the pups for like 2 or 3 years. And now that I'm back and moved into DC and I've been here for about a year, I knew that we were going to do something pup forward. But the fun part of being a brand owner is that I have all of the tools and nobody to stop me. And so for the first rye release will be called Rosalind Rye, because my dog's name is Rosalind. She's bad at listening, so we call her Roz. But all of the proceeds from that, just like you guys are doing, right, it will be pretty expensive, but it'll be pretty cool. It's a really special rye that I'm really excited about. We'll go to a local canine-focused dog shelter. I'll poll people in the area. We'll run a randomizer and figure out who's getting the cash. My favorite thing is to get a call and have someone be like, you donated a lot of money and we don't really know why, but like we kind of wanted to reach out and like chat about it. And so,
that's awesome.
Um,
we've done Anti-Cruelty League and done stuff, but whiskey gives back in really cool ways. And so I figured if we're going to do the first rye and it's going to get a bunch of people hot and bothered and give me a bunch of emails and stuff, we're going to raise some money for it too. So that's all I'm saying about the rye for now. But the label looks, I try not to swear, it looks sick as fuck. It looks really good. I'm really happy with it. The whiskey's really fucking good too. And it's going to support some dogs, which I love. So it's be a good time.
Well, let's round it out. And we kept you longer than we said we would. And I'm sorry, I'm bad at military time. I just want to apologize for that.
It's not the military time. It's the time zones, man.
It's the time. It's a combo.
I'm trying to save you here. Military
I'm bad
time
at a lot
is
of stuff, Jay. I'm bad at a lot of stuff, but what I'm good at is drinking whiskey.
Together, you're bad at less of it, and that's all that's important.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Well, guys, it's been an amazing time. I always make time for stuff like this, and it's really important, and it's cool with me that you would share some of your time and audience with me. So it's been an honor.
Well, thank
Dude,
you, Jay.
we believe in what you're doing. We love it, and the community that we're involved in, whether it's 21090, who thank you to them for all the props they've given us, and obviously they were first in with all the reveries and really, if you're not following them, you should, because they're getting really cool stuff. And also, amazing dudes, and we love them.
Hell yeah.
But also
Except they're
just
spelling.
yeah. Todd's bad at spelling.
Anyway,
Everything else he's
we'll
good
do
at.
this after we say. But thank you.
I'm bad at time zones. Todd's bad at spelling. This is just what
You guys will shenan, and I'm sure you will shenan again. And
we will. But no,
I come to expect it, so I'll be disappointed if I see otherwise.
That's right. That's right. And there wouldn't be a night unless I went into sport mode for you, Jay. And I would just tell you, you're gonna log off, and we're gonna get into more reveries. So y'all don't leave, because
I'll be watching the replay tomorrow. So
we're gonna drink more.
thank you, sir.
I know you're an early riser. I know you're a hardworking man. Thank you, Jay, for being here. And when you come to Texas, it's gonna be awesome. We can't wait.
Barbecues on me, baby. We're gonna have a good time.
Oh, I got some good ones for you, Jay. We're gonna put you on some good ones.
Rock on. Well, cheers, gents. Have a good evening, and thank you again for your time.
Good night, Jay. Thank you, brother.
Cheers, buddy. What? Amazing.
What are we doing here?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Nancy last week, Jay this week. Dang. I also love the rye cliffhanger.
Yeah. That's what I like about Jay. He'll only give you this much.
Everyone's like, what's the mash? But no.
I'm sorry, guys. Everybody wants to know all these details, but hey, here's the thing. It's gonna be fucking good.
It's good. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Get the rye. And it's for Roz. It's the Roz rye. Roz is the cutest.
Oh, it's cute pup. I just want you guys to know, like I could have kept him for 2 more hours, but I know he gets up early, he grinds, he works his ass off. Thank you so much, Jay, for being here, and what an epic night for us. But it's also like Jay don't miss, and here's the thing. Like, I would love to tell y'all, like, we are great barrel pickers. We are not. We are not. We like, there's certain whiskeys that we like, but
we like a whiskey. But
here's what I do think, though, and I believe this wholeheartedly, because and I don't know how many people know this story or whatever, but like when Jay was just like Jay is pretty new at getting the whole whiskey brand that he's working on, and you said, "Hey, man, I'm here for you. I'll help," and you poured, and you were there for him, and you guys have connected. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that Jay pulled out some special stuff for us. I really do. Like, and it's not that like everything isn't great. It all is great, but I believe in these barrels we have. Like, I think they're so good.
I think you're right. I think I did a ton of hard work at the 10th anniversary take event last year for Jay. I did this for 2 hours, and then I took some sips, and it was incredibly hard work. No, but like, and then also Jay was so nice. He gifted me a couple bottles. Like, he was like, you did work. And I'm like, Jay, I literally just poured your whiskey, and I'm honored to pour your whiskey. That's how kind the guy is. And, but no, I think you're right. I think like, it's so cool. Like someone like us, like Hack, right? Like it's our first barrel pick, and we get one of the
dude is like, hey, I'm going to come to Texas. And I'm like, oh, let me know when you're coming. And Jay was like, no, I'm going to, like, you tell me when you're, like, I'm like, no, Jay, like, he's that guy, but he's genuine. But also, I just want to, like, there's people that I'm going to be nice. I'm not even going to say it. It's just
say it.
He is that guy. He's intelligent. His vocabulary is incredible. His vision is amazing. And, I'm just fortunate that like he gave us a time of day, but like I've said before, our dream was like, you and I are just talking months and months and months ago. It was like, how cool it would be if our first ever pick was a Reveries, and here we are. Like, it's fucking nuts, dude. It's nuts.
Can you pull those notes up again too? And
yeah, I'll pull them up right now.
You gotta, because like also, I can't wait till you get there, because I think they'll probably be there tomorrow, Hack, for you. These bottles.
Yeah, I think they'll show up tomorrow.
Seeing it on there, it's just awesome. And then I know, Hack, you put a lot of thought into the drop, and like we talked about this too, and like, this is our first time doing this, but like I think number one, we are two guys that just care about community and drinking whiskey. And so this is a new thing, but Hack, you really thought a ton about this, and we talked about it, and I like your approach here. But
Well, so I mean, look, I cut a whole video on exactly how to do the drop, whatever. You and I are in different whiskey communities,
yeah,
and I just wanted to look at all of that and go, look, for the brand new person, the person that doesn't get it, how can we? But also, we're doing things a little different, right? Like we don't have a Patreon. I'm not looking to create like a big bulk of cash that I can use to do anything.
yeah,
It costs $3 and $6 to be a member of our YouTube, and I hope that we get to leave it that way forever. I really do,
yeah.
because
It'd be great.
I like I just added a new MailChimp tool that costs $20 a month. Like, but like if you add all the tools and everything I got to use, we're you know, like I never want to make money on this channel. But here's the other thing, and Jay does this too, which is really cool. And I couldn't get into it with him because I wanted to keep it moving. But one of the things about Jay, he has 300,000 subscribers, Matt. And,
Well,
and he doesn't charge a dime to be
He has
in that 300,000.
300,000 emails, which is incredible.
And what he believes in is equality for all. So it's like completely luck of the draw.
Yeah.
So like you can't buy your way in, you can't be like a higher Patreon level and
Which,
all this.
by the way, let me say this, Hack.
Yeah.
Yes, I consider Jay my friend, and
Mhm.
I'm lucky to say that. And I have to do the same. Like, he doesn't have bottles held back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get all this. Like, I have to do all the same stuff. So it's not, you know what I mean? Like, I just want everyone to know that it is that, and he's that way, which is so cool.
No, he's that way. It's not like you get access to anything
Yeah.
but yeah, no, so here's the thing I was going to say. Jay has created this equality system where he's like, all right, and we didn't have time to get into it, but if the R bourbon thing, right? Like if you go through Reddit, you become a part of R bourbon, you do the email subscription, you're in this huge ass lottery. And there's no like, it's not like, oh, I'm going to pay this. And then I'm like most Patreons, it's like, oh, I'm going to pay $50 a month and then I can get access or whatever. And so what I wanted to do with our drop, and I just want to make it really clear to everybody. I took a look at like, and if I messed anything up when the tiers go out, y'all email me back, I'll fix it. But I took a look at like who has been a YouTube member the longest. And I didn't care if you were at $3 or $6, whatever, but I put 80% of the weight on that because I wanted to reward people that had been riding with us, there with us, because look, I want new members. I want people to keep joining because I think Mac, like Jay said it, like we can do more picks in the future, but I just don't want people joining just to get a bottle and then leaving.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, if I take an algorithm and I put 80% towards people being here longer, then those are my ride or dies. Those are the people that are going to be here. And there were people that have been here when we were not very good, and we're still not very good. So thank you.
When are we good? No, I love it, Hack. And like we are yeah, like I think, just so you know, if we have 80 people watching us right now, which is crazy to me. I never thought that would happen, especially with Jay not even here. They're still watching, which bless you. But like
everybody wants you to get an air freshener of Jay, since we have one of
I've got to get yeah, we'll get one. I'll be but like I don't know, man. I think like I am a little scared of this community getting bigger. I'll be honest. I like what we have. I think it's like perfect, and I don't care about getting bigger. I do care about the community staying like this. I love the Discord. I love, and I don't know. I just think people need to hear that. Like, we don't care about making, like, you know, at the end of the, you know, Hack, we talked about this, where I envision at some point of the year, which Hack does all of this. Thank you, Hack, for your work here. Is that like we do a financials, like a PowerPoint, and we're going to show everyone, hey, you spend super chat money. We're not putting it in our pocket. You know what I mean? Like we're not, you know, so that's important to me, that, cause I know time and money, that two things in life, that you can tell someone's value is where they spend their time and money. And the fact you're doing that with us means the world to me.
It does. And look, I mean, I'm as transparent as they come. I'll show you everything. Like there's a few things we don't do on YouTube. We don't turn on ads. We will never turn on ads. We're going to keep it where we are in terms of levels. We're not going to up it. But at the end of the day, y'all, like all this stuff,
Not lighting that bad.
like I here's the thing. I think my heart, Mac,
Yeah.
is I do want to pull more people that are just getting into whiskey and maybe they've tried some entry level. Like I want to introduce them to this. I want to introduce them to Reveries. I want Provenance. Like I want to me, that's like one of the most fun things we can do is like, oh, like I've had Buffalo Trace and I've done this. I'm
Yes,
like, oh,
yeah.
like, have you tried these things? Like, I don't know. I love doing that. And that's for me, like, I don't know. Like I love helping people. That's the bottom line. But here's the thing. I really, 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 whether we get bigger or not, I'm going to stay true to like what we do. And Jay West, who could have said to anybody in the world, like to us dudes, he could have told us like whatever, but for him to let us do a barrel pick and be our first one, dude, like it's the coolest thing ever. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just also wanted to thank everyone for their super chats that went right to this Michter's 26.
You know what? One thing we didn't get into tonight, which I want to get into. Can we, it's a segue from Nancy. Jay didn't have a lot of time. Can we get into Armagnac tonight?
What?
Yeah, let's do some Armagnac.
Really? Why?
Yeah. What's your oldest Armagnac?
I have a 38-year-old Armagnac, but
okay. Yeah, what year is that? 1992?
1987. That's my age. 39. Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
What do you mean? Yeah. I
just have something here.
Oh my gosh.
I want to do a little Armagnac tonight.
Wait, we haven't even gone through Reveries.
I know, but look, let's do a little Armagnac. Like this is, like Nancy said, it's a wild, crazy ride, right? So this is a law in Kentucky. Do you have this, Mac?
I do not. I don't know. I don't have that. He can't even. We haven't even talked about the ice balls. We haven't talked. Anyway, but you know what? I'm going to let you have your moment, Hack. I'm going to let you have your moment.
Damn it, my thing messed up. And now I don't
have
my moment. Now I can't even. No. Look, this is a 1989 Armagnac. This is
a 1987, but good try.
No. You have a 92.
I do have a 92. But
Are you sure you have an 87? Are you sure you have an 87? I don't know if I believe you.
You want me to go out there and get this? I will, my friend.
Go up there. Like, do you have two levels?
It's in the whiskey nook. It's in the coffee nook. Sorry, coffee nook. All right, so tell him. She's probably not even watch anymore. All right.
No. Okay. All right. So for future date, I just want you to know this one's special. That's all.
I love how Hack could not.
Look, colleague, I'll send you a sample.
This is what, I hope this never ends. And I think we all do this. And I hope you do this. Like Hack and I we're just always going to try to one up each other. Yeah, we know there's a coffee nook, but Naomi, I do have an older Armagnac than 92.
No, he doesn't. Naomi, tell the truth.
But Hack, that's cute.
That's cute.
Can we go back? Can we go? Okay, before we move on.
Okay.
I do want to just say about both of our barrels, which I'm like, and the notes we almost went into it, but the fact that they are so complementary, because if you want a punchy, sweet, spicy thing, you've got our 8-year. If you want like to sit and just like a nice dessert creme brulee, decadent pour by the fire, is the 10. I mean, I'm just so happy, Hack, with these. Like, do you have one that like stands out to you? I mean, I think it might be mood for me, but I don't know.
The truth is like so I get a ton of buttercream frosting thing on 8. 10 is that complex, rich, like it's just rich. But both of them, which I think Jay said tonight, like lean into the dessert pour side. He said it way more eloquently.
Yeah, I
than
know. I was like,
but no, listen, but truth is so we have 82 bottles of the 10 and 100 bottles of the 8, somewhere around there. Here, so these are our labels, but here's
so Jay. We almost went into the notes on. That's so great. We almost went into the notes on our pick. Anyway, it's so.
No,
good.
here's the thing. We don't have to.
No, but we don't have to. But we need Jay's. I would like to see Jay. Can we pull him back? All right, pull him back up.
You want to see Jay's notes one more time? Okay, all right. Here you go. I know. Look, we'll show the notes again. The truth is, people are going to buy because it's Jay. Jay don't miss, bro.
I do. Okay, yeah. That's the thing. I'm not. Flamed orange peel. I was like, there's something I'm not getting on the. Yeah, flamed orange peel. That's the thing, and it was not in my notes. But damn, that's spot on.
Okay, can we do something fun?
Is this not fun? We're drinking whiskey, reading Jay's notes.
No. Can you grab No Clock? Grab No Clock.
Yes. Oh my God, yeah.
This is like one of my favorites, and I wanted to do this tonight. And
I love how I killed Raven 1, and then Todd and Andy did that. So
I know Raven 1's awesome. Okay. So No Clock stops for me. This is a Rev 14. I have a sample here. I think this came Matthew. I think this came from Matthew. I want to do this with you here. Let's see if you can find it.
Move my Provenance cigar matches. Hold on. All
right. Let's see if you can find it.
Oh wait, the prologue.
Oh, someone's got to explain what flamed orange is. Well, I think it's when you're doing an old fashioned, you take a little orange slice and you kind of heat it up and you kind of get the tannins of the orange and then they put them in. Here's what I love more than anything is like this man has so many reveries he can't even find No Clock.
I can't find it. I can't find it. Wait, is it a 14?
Yeah, it's a 14. Jeffrey Wax says Flaming Mo. Oh, straight from The Simpsons. Such a good call. Shit. Are you Mac? It's not that difficult. Like we prepped for weeks for this.
Naomi, is it yours?
He doesn't have No Clock.
It's a 14.
Yeah, it's Reveries 14. Okay, all right. Look, guys.
You keep rolling. Why don't you start?
Right, while Mac is looking, so I think probably my favorite Reveries I've ever had is this No Clock stops for me, and it's 121.4 proof, and it's just on the nose. It has that honeysuckle thing. Like there's tons and tons of honeysuckle thing. Oh, hey, Eminent says, where's the Green River Rye? Yeah, the Green River Rye is right next to the No Clock. I think he can't find either one.
So sad.
Oh my God. There's a honey richness that goes into caramel and then it ties to oak. Like, oh my God, No Clock is so good. It is so good. Like, what's y'all's favorite? Like everybody in the chat, like what is your favorite Reveries that you've owned, that you've had? I think for me, it's a tight match between No Clock and Rev 16. Like they're super close.
I can't find it. I'm so sad.
This man has lost his No Clock.
I'm so
all
sad.
Right, Mac. Since you've lost No Clock, what's your favorite?
It might be my Asian ore bag. Oh, God damn it.
What's your favorite Reveries?
Like, I think No Clock is up there. I don't know what beats that, which is why I'm like so sad I can't find it.
Steve Paul says you have Reveries Floor Whiskey. Naomi says she thinks it was running really low, but should be in there.
Thank you. Oh no.
Corey wants to know if the electric bike needs a recharge and make the round trip to pick up the news.
I mean, yeah, I think
Jesus.
yeah, no clock's incredible. I think the 210, but Hack, I thought you were going to talk about the 210.
Jay said Prov 14 is a good feeling if you can find it.
Yeah, I do have that.
Listen. What do you have there? Just grab what you have. I didn't mean to surprise you with no clock, but I thought we talked about doing it.
I know. I love Muse. I think Muse is just one of those killer 10 years from Bardstown that is not the Bardstown. I love it, man. But yeah, no clock is one of those. So just so you know, for New Year's Eve, I brought a couple bottles. We were in Richmond, and no clock was one that I brought, and like, yeah, incredible. Matthew, that is rude, Matthew.
Oh, Candace likes the 17 year by 21090. I got that one here too.
So I thought you were going to talk about the 210, the low proof cast strength.
I was, but I was starting with no clock because I thought
All right.
that's
Okay,
we
well,
lined them up. We discussed this before the stream. Like, I don't know if you remember.
I had a long day of going across the city, and
I know you had to ride a bike, blah, blah, blah.
it was tough.
It was tough. Yeah, you're my champion. You're a warrior.
It's tough, but you know what? Bourbon Concierge, my guy Zach was there. He had the bottles ready.
He did. It's awesome.
Man, this Muse though. Oh gosh.
So talk about Muse. How many years is it? Like, what's going on?
It's a 10-year. And this is Bardstown. We suspect Heaven Hill, so it's not Bardstown distillery, but it's yeah, it is just chocolate fudge, cinnamon bun, a little bit of like just like Luxardo cherry, and that is what I love. Those are my notes, man. Muse is incredible, and yeah, and then Asylum's great too. Yeah, Andrew. I mean, it's just we could do this all night. Like we could have a 6-hour stream, but we could never because Jay's very man.
I wanted to say something so bad earlier, and I'm going to say it now because we're getting late in the night. So our guy Jay went on Mass Syndrome, which I love. Jason, I like him a lot, but the audience hadn't. A lot of them had no clue who Jay was. And I was like, what I love about our audience is everybody knows Jay is. And
really quick. Sorry. Heaven Hill is in Bardstown, Kentucky, which is why I said that. All right. Anyway, keep going, Hack. The chat settled down.
And I don't know. Getting to nerd out with Jay is probably one of the coolest things ever. And I hope y'all enjoyed that tonight. I hope you guys did. Like, it was super cool for us. And I want to do it more. And if you're here in Texas, you heard him. He's coming to Texas. We're gonna have a hangout here, Mac.
How cool is that?
How cool is that? Like, fucking awesome.
Like, he was like, he's gonna hit you up, Hack. Like, isn't it crazy? Like, he was like, well, yeah, tell me when you're available, right? Like,
like what?
And you're like, wait, what? Like, that's how great of a guy he is. Where it's just
So guys, let's do this. Let's in the next 15-20 minutes. Let's round this out.
Yeah, we got to.
And super chats. Let's just, again, the Prov 7, which is barrel 10, which we love. That's part of the giveaway tonight. Then I'm doing a chicken cock, but you know what? I'm not going to make you take my cock without giving you some Reveries.
Dennis, why did you do this? Dennis, thank you for your. It could have been any other bottle, but thank you, Dennis. You had to do this.
No, I will not make someone take my cock without giving them Reveries.
Stop. We're classier than this.
We're better than this. All right. And then super humongous pack. Like, Mac, how many Reveries do you really have?
We have 26.
I mean, well, I should say, how many can you find?
26, 25, 25. Because I can't find.
So tonight's giveaway, tonight's super chat, like, thank you guys. But the grand prize is really like Mac. He's going to give away some Reveries. It was just super awesome.
The grand prize is the friendship we made along the way.
Oh, the friendships. What's your favorite Reveries? No, guys. Like, for me, I know I talked about no clock. This This is the 21090 pick, the Rev 16, 111 proof. This one's awesome. Like this one's so fucking awesome.
Yes, Dennis, it was.
So good.
We didn't even talk about the ice balls, but
we had a mishap. We had a mishap, guys. The ice ball machine came in and it was busted. It was broken.
So what are you gonna do, Hack? What do we do with this situation?
With the busted ice ball machine?
With your busted ice balls?
Look, we keep moving. I've had busted balls for years. We're just gonna keep moving. All right. I want to hang out in our Discord after this. In order for that to happen, I need to start loading the wheel.
All right. I'm gonna talk.
So I'm gonna put you on screen. I'm gonna start loading the wheel. Here, because you are the true expert. Here, I want you to let's go through the reveries you can actually find.
Okay. Breaking Dread. Let's talk about Breaking Dread. This is 143 proof whiskey. Also, let's talk about the phases of bottles. Everyone's just logging off right now because they're like, first of all, it's zoomed in on Mac. Second of all, we're talking about how Jay had wax tops. If you're an OG, you remember the wax tops, and then he moved to foil. But then he also did this. I call it the Spider-Man. I call it the Spider-Man under here. You see that? That's different than this. Look at that. It is a design choice. The man is an artiste. And when I put it under my LED lights, it kind of like lights up a little nicer. But yeah, Breaking Dread. Oh my gosh. We're talking 143 proof. This is a 17-year Kentucky whiskey. And man, I'm telling you what, this thing was great. Eric Matthew in the chat, I think this one was released on the Fountain Inn dinner. Can you help me remember that? I gotta say, look at this color. Look at that. I mean, would you look at that? Thank you, Matthew. If you were ever up in DC, first of all, hit me up. We'll have some pours, but also Fountain Inn. Jay has a great relationship with them. They are the best. I just love it. It's like such a great whiskey bar. The food's incredible. Might have like low key the best burger in DC, and then also crazy stuff. I had like these like like beef ribs and like anyway, it was awesome. What I get on this Breaking Dread, which this is 17-year, and I believe this is this is the whole Frankfurt. I think it's buff turkey. We're just gonna say that. I'm not 100% certain. I'm gonna guess on that, but buff turkey has been unfairly maligned because there's a lot of terrible barrels out there. Oh, but man, the stuff that Jay has. And the crazy thing is the 21090 pick elite, which is low proof cast strength of the same stuff. And then you have this, which is 143 proof, 17-year. It is just incredible. So here we go. Going for the nose here. Is that just like old Rick House stewed cherry, just dusty nose? I'm drinking an 143 proof, and this thing drinks like 128. And it is like dark berry. It is got that like crusty creme brulee part on the outside of that. Like it is, oh gosh. Anyway, it's just incredible. So yes, This is one of my favorites. Breaking Dread's hard to beat. But I think it also just shows like what Jay does with his barrels and the wide range of things that he does. Oh man, how cool would that be to try the Breaking Dread next to the 21090 Elite? Do you guys remember? Was that a 16-year unit? I think so. Yeah. Yes. 111 proof is 21090's pick, which yeah, just incredible. Yeah, thank you, Matthew. I mean, how cool is it though that, you know, yeah. So you've got the 17-year 143 proof Breaking Dread. And then you have the 111 half proof 16-year from 21090 Reveries Elite. The crazy thing is here, let's look at both of them. Let's look at both of them. Look at this. They have a similar color, and the legs on this, if there's anything that I think, you know, obviously Jay has incredible barrels, but like that low proof cast strength stuff, the guy is like a hawk on that. I'm swimming in pours. I thought I've been pretty good tonight, Dennis. Have I been? You know, I'm a professional. I'm sipping for y'all. Here we go. There are similar noses here. Maybe a little lighter, like strawberry nose, blueberry. Yeah. Oh, that's special. You know, I think the Breaking Dread, even though the Breaking Dread is like getting low, it's like below half. The Elite here is way below half. But it is just so nice to have and to like try both of those next to each other. What do you guys think? I'm gonna get in the chat here. You know, I think the whole buff turkey thing, is it done? How do we feel about it? Did you have a favorite NDP that had barrels? For me, I think Jay. Obviously, I'm a big Jay guy, but like I think he did the best with it. I did have a Buckner's, maybe Candace. I think Candace, you sent me a near hazmat Buckner's. What? Oh no, Hack. You sent me that. Candace, you might have sent me something else. Was it Dark Arts? Yeah. But anyway, Hack, I'm talking about like, you know, how great Jay's like barrels are, and we're talking buff turkey. So and I'm trying Elite next to Breaking Dread, which has been actually really cool.
Last thing I do is load the Venmos, but you're killing it over here, man. You're doing great.
Hack, do you think that do you think people are still holding some of these buff turkeys back? Are we gonna have like a 20-year buff turkey
maybe. I mean, here's the thing is like I think there are buff turkeys, and then there's like what Jay does. Like it's
exactly.
I don't find, and this is what I got poured up right here, which is the Rev 16 111 proof, and I have Torment over here too that I was supposed to get to at some point, and then I have your pick, which is Rev 17, which I've come to love. Like I got a bunch of shit to still drink, but we're gonna do this in one more pour in the Discord. But
yeah, we'd love for y'all to join us in the Discord.
My point is, I don't think that Jay's buff turkeys are like the other buff turkeys.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not the same. They're just not the same. All right, let me load these Venmos and then I'll be right back.
Yeah. Connoisseur, Sealbox is releasing a 17 this week. Yeah. I mean, I think this clearly this Breaking Dread 17 is yeah, but I mean, actually, it's funny if you go back, like one of our first guests was Bourbon Bill, which we love Bourbon Bill. Follow him if you're not. He has a very strong opinion about buff turkey, which he's not necessarily wrong. They are very expensive, and a lot of them are not as good as the price. I have a he ripped me a new one back in the day because I had a quite a few buff turkeys. And I'm not talking about the Reveries ones. I think I had the Seal Box, I had Elkwood, I had a Buckner's. Yeah, they're not all created equal. So, Candace, what is your favorite Reveries? That's a tough one. And if I could find No Clock, the reason, so I think No Clock is my favorite, even though I cannot find it and I'm panicking. I actually think it's in my aged ore, which is in my closet. That is the one that I took to New Year's Eve celebration. So I think that shows like how much I love that. But I think I love Muse. And then also, let's do this actually, Hack, while you're rolling on that. The cool thing. Let's talk about Hounds. Look at this. This is a different bottle. This is a Reveries 15, and it looks like it's kind of in like a Scotch bottle, right? Am I right? This is Heaven Hill that was aged, I think, for half of its life in Scotland.
Holy shit! Jason Zell did a $50. Like, thank you, Jason. It was on the Venmo side.
Who did?
Jason Zell. He's a new member. Thank you, Jason.
Jason, good, man.
So anyway, keep rolling.
Thank you, Jason. Yeah, so like the really cool thing about, I mean, when Jay talks about how Reveries is experimental, he's not joking around. Like the fact that you can have a 15-year Heaven Hill where half the age was in Scotland. And it's so different, right? The proof is 104. This might, this is my lowest proof Reveries. I love, like, by the way, I'm just rolling through like hazmat back to like cast strength, low proof stuff. But like, that's the thing. Like, the guy is so mindful and what he does. And I remember the first time I sipped this, I was thinking that, you know, like, I just need to like take some time. It doesn't punch you in the mouth, right? And it's not supposed to. You think about the aging conditions, and people who are much smarter than me, like Jay, have thought about that, which is why, you know, Scotch can have a lot older age over there. Yeah, where's the intern to create the board? Chaos, are you?
I'm good. I'm ready.
I love how Chaos is like, why is Mac talking? Can we get Hack back here? I don't blame you, Chaos.
So our friend Eric, he reached out to me, and he's working, and I just haven't had time this weekend, but he's going to create something for us that automatically populates this, where I don't have to like hop out and do it.
Yeah, so you don't have to like hang out with me. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Chaos. I love you, buddy. Rye Guy, I've not had any buff turkey I have liked, but I've only tried 4. There's some solid buff turkey out there. I don't care. Like, I know it's fun to like hate buff turkey, but here we go.
Yeah. We need more Mac. There you go.
We need a shirt with that, Hack. All right.
We need more Mac. Yeah.
Hack. So I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna say that, and then we're tell me what we're doing next. But like this hound.
I'm just gonna do a last call. If anybody wants in, get in now. Joyce, Paul, by the way, I saw your super chat or your Venmo. It just came in. I saw it, but I'm not gonna miss anybody. But I've got the wheel loaded. We're gonna give away a Prov 7, which, by the way, like that Prov 7 we love. Like, it's fucking killer.
It's so good. And
barrel 10 is so good.
So, Hack, I'm not trying to be an actual dick here.
I know.
Did you get this one or
Which one is that? I'm sorry.
this is the 15-year Heaven Hill that was aged in Scotland?
No.
Okay.
And I've heard mixed reviews on that, and I like Jay, but I've heard mixed reviews.
Yeah.
Did you just do a whole review and while I was loading the wheel and talk
Well,
about
no,
it?
I just started talking about it.
Yeah. So how different is that than the other?
So
Reveries?
different. And it is, yeah, you're not going to put this in a blind. You put this in a blind with like other Reveries. You put this in a blind, with Muse.
Got you, Wes.
Yeah. But like, I think that there's really nothing like this. Like, I don't know. It's tough because it's expensive, right? I think this one was pushing. Was this one pushing 300? 280?
So my friend Harold, who I love, like he's my love him.
You love Harold.
I'm having a bottle share at the house in April, about a month away. Harold's coming over from Louisiana. Bunch of us. You know what would be awesome? It just dawned on me. I need to see if Jay can come to my bottle share.
I mean, that'd be epic.
That'd be fucking awesome. If Jay could be here April 24th. You know what? He said a month in advance. I won't do it tonight because it's too late. He's sleeping.
Put him on the spot, buddy.
But I'm gonna invite him to my bottle share.
You should. That.
And if he can come, cool. If not, that's okay. We're gonna get together. But
hey, if Jay comes to your bottle share there, I'm coming.
So
what?
That just kind of felt like
would
you not come? Are we colleagues again? Like, would you not?
No,
come
I love
anyway?
you. What do you mean? I'm just saying, like, if like I will. Why is that bad?
It's like a qualifier. Like Jay comes, you'll come. Like you wouldn't come otherwise. Like
I visited you. I love y'all.
I know, and I love you too. But we aren't good enough for Mac. That's what Wes said. Like this is.
Oh, here we go. All Houston. Oh, God.
No. Listen.
Best way possible.
What I need to explain. That we
Jeez.
haven't talked about yet, which, God damn it, we cannot go 3 hours. We need to end it. Is that Mac and I, in 2 weeks, we're going to be back in Nashville.
Yes.
And
go to Southern Collective, y'all.
So I asked him to fly to Nashville, which he did. Thank you. Because I'm there for a conference and we're going back to Southern Collective. And if we find something that is Nashville in November or Navidad level, we're going to pick it. If we don't, we're not. Right, Mac?
That's right. I'm being banned from.
Oh, you're being banned from Houston? Oh,
it is a long bike ride, Chris, but I'm going to make it. I mean, I'm ready. I've got my like Nutri-Grain bars or whatever the hell they do.
Okay. I got the wheel loaded. Let's spin this.
Let's do it, man.
Let's spin it. Let's spin this wheel. We'll go to hashtag one more pour. Guys, if you're a member here, there's a member link you can find in our post. And that's how you join Discord. Then you have to link it. There's a whole thing. But that's how we make sure that we just don't let the riffraff in. Like us.
I was about to say, but we're riffraff.
We kind of are.
I think the whole thing is like we just don't want people on here just so.
Yeah, just to get the bottles, whatever. All right, so I need to. Oh wait, I don't have it shared yet. Let me share the screen.
I didn't finish my review, but it's okay.
Oh, you know what?
Well,
I never want to cut you off. Finish your review. I'm so sorry.
Share the screen, and I'll share the screen while I tell you what I think.
Okay.
It is a delicate pour. It is also very viscous. I love this pour, but at the same time, I get it. Like if you're expecting some bang, like a in your face Heaven Hill, you're not getting that. But at the same time, I love this. It is a super sippable, viscous honeycomb.
You said honeycomb. I get that on so much. He does. It's a great note.
I love it. All right. Which one is this one? What are we doing?
Yeah, we got 3 giveaways, sir. We got the Prob 7, which whoever gets this Prob 7 barrel 10 it's killer. It's so good. And then we have, I'm going to give away my cock with Reveries.
Dear Lord.
And then we got the super humongous, gigantic Mac Reverie sample. You're going to give like 27 samples away to someone.
That's crazy. I'm gonna I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna get some great samples of the whole range of Reveries.
Yeah.
And guess what, Hack?
What?
Because they already put it in.
Yeah.
Throwing in Michter's.
Oh, the man just threw in Michter's 10 bourbon.
Michter's 10 2026, which is maybe the best. I've tasted a couple batch. Anyway, all right. So if you win the Reveries, you're getting the Mac sample, a big ass Mac sample pack.
Yeah. What do you want? You want that or chicken cock weeded? What's your? Come on.
I'm not trying to cause a problem here.
All right. How many times should we shuffle? We got 3 prizes tonight. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Thank you to Jay West. Like Jesus, like this is
I cannot
awesome.
believe Jay anyway joined us. So nice.
It was so nice of him. All right. How many times should I
Let's do 7.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got all the Venmos, I've got all the super chats. Let's spinner.
What is this
Spinner
for?
the winner?
What's
This is
for?
Provenance 17.
What?
Prop 17. 7. Provenance 7.
This is so
10.
good. So I'm going to be sending this one out. Oh, this Prov 7 is so good.
Good luck, you all. Cindy
You
wants to know
got
how
it.
big is the chicken cock? Big enough, Cindy. Big enough.
Who we got? Andrew.
Oh, Andrew.
Oh.
Lance P.
Lance. This might be Lance. It's Lance.
And Lance P.
Congrats, Lance.
Congratulations,
We have
Lance.
Lance's address.
Yes, we do. Lance
Awesome.
Powell. I have, I don't know if you know this, but I do a lot of work for this channel. And and I do have the addresses. Okay. All right.
Coming your way, Lance.
Next up, guys. I just look, y'all.
Here we go.
The chicken cock weeded. I just want to be clear. It's got a nice ribbed
Can we stop?
bottle.
Can people hear me right now?
It looks like a little chicken wire.
You guys hear me?
Chicken cock weeded. And then everything that I have
This is a problem.
in terms of Reveries, which I have a 7, an 8, a 9. I have Prov 7. I have Prov 14.
Thank you. We gotta like.
I don't have a Raven. I don't have everything Mac does, but
You
I'm
just
close.
can't touch the bottle like that, sir.
I can't touch the ribbed bottle. Did that get people excited?
All right, is this for the? What is this for? Is this for the ribbed bottle? Christ.
This is for the ribbed bottle. I can hear you, Hack.
Mac. She meant Mac.
Oh, okay. Here we go. This is for the chicken cock and Reveries. Thank you, Dennis, for this is Dennis. Gave this bottle.
Dennis, thank you. I've heard I've had some chicken. I've had some chicken cock before. I really like it.
Yeah,
now
you've
the
had
weeded.
some Chick-fil-A. Is that what you said? Or chicken cock?
No, I've had some chicken cock, and I've never had the weeded. But I like the chicken cock I've had.
Okay.
Yeah. Who we got? And wait, it's chicken cock and what, Hack?
Everything I can give away that I own from
Everything?
Jay. Yes. Randall E. Randall Erickson.
Randall, congrats, buddy.
Congratulations on getting a taste of my cock. Okay. All right.
Good
Next
God.
up.
Randall, do not unsubscribe. I'm sorry for him.
Next up,
We
this
value
is
your membership here.
no. Randall gets me. It's okay. All right. Look, everybody. See this guy? He owns more Reveries than a man should. And he is giving away a super humongous, gigantic pack.
Everyone, can we?
Big pack. A big,
right. Can we-
huge.
Let's just take me back to my little side of the screen.
All right.
All right.
Okay. All right. Here we go. All
Ah,
right. Here we go.
which includes Michter's 10 2026, which
Michter's
might
10
be-
bourbon is in here as well. Congratulations to
be
the winner. Here we
already my whiskey of the year. And no one's talked about it, Hack.
go. I don't know. We've lost like all our viewers at this point. I'm so sorry.
Somehow we still have 70, which thank you. We don't
God,
deserve.
how
we
do you
don't
put up
deserve
with
you.
us? How do you put up with us?
We don't deserve you.
No, we don't. Mac has a huge package to give away. Huge. The Big Mac Pack.
That's a great name, Eric.
Thank you guys.
Hank, congrats. This is gonna be killer. I assume you have Tank's address.
Would you like to ask me again if I have people's? Yes, I have his address.
Why am I on this side? It makes me feel weird when I'm on this side. Can we?
Oh, sorry. That's so weird. All right. Good night. This was an awesome night. Thank you guys for tuning in with us. Barrel picks coming Friday. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna do one more pour.
Yeah. Oh, here? Yes. Yes.
In Discord. In Discord. Do you have one more in you?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
For our Discord members, of course. Yes.
Obviously.
I just might have to run to the restroom really quick.
Yeah, I gotta go PP too. So everybody will be in Discord shortly. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to Jay West.
Jay is the man. Thank you.
And we had a great time tonight.
Hey, and thank you to everyone who watches us. I don't know why you do, but you're my favorite.
Love y'all. See y'all. I keep shaking in stream. So for all the people that came here tonight,
cheers.
Everybody in the room,
cheers.
hey, this YouTube thing has been fun, but it's way more fun hanging out with you.
Cheers,
And we appreciate everybody. Cheers.
Cheers.
Damn, that's good.
Oh, the rye is so good.
Damn, that's good.
Oh,
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers,
one more
y'all.
pour. Have one more pour
y'all.
with somebody you love, because you never know when it's that last pour.
That's true, buddy.
Cheers. Good night, y'all. Have a good night.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts.